This is the F14 Tomcat. Also a World Update 6 and an updated Microsoft Flight Simulator wishlist are all things that I'm going to talk about in today's video, so let's jump straight in. DC Designs F14 Tomcat is due for release on August 19th. Arguably one of the most iconic jet fighters ever, the package will come with two versions, the F14A and the F14B. Both of these rank easily among the fastest planes that you will ever get to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, I've been playing briefly with the jets over the past few days thanks to the preview sent over by DC Designs. You can see some footage on this on the screen, but do keep in mind that these are not the final release builds. For example, whilst textures are now fully in place, the previews don't include weathering effects that will be in the final release. Now, DC Designs themselves are quick to point out that this isn't a study level plane and shouldn't be considered as such. They were keen though to point out as well that nonetheless this is by far the most advanced plane that they have so far released. And what's more, it will continue to be further refined with additional updates after release. This includes things such as updated graphical elements. The potential for improved afterburner effects here in this example is a possibility. That's something the designers would ideally like to address if they possibly can. Further, as Asobo continue to add new features into Microsoft Flight Simulator, DC Designs will add any of those new elements to the F14 that are suited or relevant. Talking of the plane itself, certain parts of the cockpit are interactable, and I will show some footage of that further into the video. Now, do keep in mind that this isn't a review, as I tend not to do those, but in my limited time with the F14, I definitely found it to be a lot of fun to fly. It also makes an awesome change to the regular planes within the sim. For more details, do check out the link in the video description, and I will try and make a more extensive video on this in the future. The F14 will be available from the 19th of August and is priced at £24.99. Currently, from what I can understand, this is going to be available from Just Flight's store rather than the in-game marketplace, which means it will be unlikely to be available on the Xbox, but I will try and find out more information on this and provide an update in a future video. Next week, we'll see the release of World Update 6. This will bring some huge improvements to Germany, Austria and Switzerland. Now I want to go into some detail here on how sim updates and world updates work, as there's now a lot of new viewers due to the Xbox release, and that some of you may not be quite aware of how all these things actually function. So essentially, Microsoft Flight Simulator receives monthly updates. These alternate between sim updates and world updates. Sim Update 5 was released in July along with the Xbox release and contained changes to the sim itself. The next sim update will be released in September, and again will add some changes and improvements to the sim. For example, live weather and Garmin G1000 improvements are scheduled for both Sim Update 6 and 7. World updates, on the other hand, can be viewed as pretty significant content updates. The next world update will overhaul 3 countries. Generally speaking, this means improved terrain and updated satellite imagery. These updates usually come with new photogrammetry cities, that's the fully 3D type cities from aerial photography. Vienna is one of the cities which has been confirmed for this. World updates also come with new high detailed airports. In this case, there will be 3 new airports listed on the screen right here. Further additions include new points of interest, and the number of POIs added to any world update can range between a few dozen all the way up to close to 100, and this varies from update to update. Finally, these updates also include new bush trips and landing challenges. Generally speaking then, world updates contain significant additions. They're also entirely free. World Update 6 is scheduled for release on the 24th of August for both PC and Xbox. Back on the subject of photogrammetry cities, Microsoft Flight Simulator has some great examples of really nice cities, however not all of them are perfect. New York City is one example that comes to mind, full of various errors and overgrown by trees. It looks great from a distance, but less so once you get a little bit too close. Samsung 3D then has come to the rescue with an overhauled New York City. This update completely overhauls the city and fixes most of the errors. It also includes a neat looking Times Square and contains the addition of over 250 iconic buildings placed around the city. If you're interested in this, then do check out the link in the video description. it may well be worth a look. That then brings us to an end of this video. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys and girls next time.